now, Nurse Dixon. You see, I certainly appreciate this personal interest that you've taken in the Roberts case. But as a psychiatric nurse, I really am more qualified to care for her than you are.
I'm not questioning your experience, Watson.
Well, that's good. I'm very glad. Because, you see, the warden specifically requested my services here. And we wouldn't want to countermand his orders now, would we?
Well, if he thinks you can help...
Oh, I know I can.
Well, I'd still like to stay on top of the case. Call it professional interest.
Absolutely, of course. Well, perhaps you could flesh out some of the background for me.
Hasn't the warden told you about Tina's delusions?
Of course he has. But you see, we can't treat paranoia or other mental disorders without asking a few fundamental questions first.
Such as?
Such as, are we sure that the patient is truly deluded? Or is it possible that someone in this prison is really trying to kill her?
Watson, believe me, I'm no expert like you, but I know paranoia when I see it. And Tina has a classic case.
And how can you be so sure?
Because I've been with her every day since she's been locked up. No one is allowed to go near her except for trusted staff and personnel. No one's trying to kill her, especially no ghost named Maria Roberts.
Ah, yes, but you see, the warden said that Tina's absolutely convinced that someone is trying to kill her.
In Tina's condition, she's capable of saying anything. But you should know that. Dixon Infirmary.
Ah, Nurse Dixon, this is Dr. Wallach over at Lambview Hospital.
Oh, Dr. Wallach, what can I do for you?
It's about Ginger Watson. I wanted to make sure that she called you and let you know her availability as to when to start.
Well, she started this morning. She's right here.
She is?
Yes. I'll put her on. He wants to talk to you.
Oh, thank you. Hello, Dr. Wallach.
Ginger, how's your father?
Oh, much better, thanks.
Ginger, are you all right? You sound different.
I have a bug.
That's not all you have, Victoria. What the hell do you think you're doing?
Now, don't you worry, Dr. Wallach. I know exactly what to do.
Fine. Fine. You want to play games? Fine. I'll be right over. And you better have a damn good explanation.
Yeah, okay. Well, bye then. Bye.
Problem?
Mr. Dennison, you want to see me?
Well, I may be fast, Wade, but the rest of the crew got here at 8:30 sharp. That would make you about an hour late.
Yes, sir. You're probably wondering where I've been. Oh, if you're thinking that I was with Mike and Craig and the other guys that helped the...
Wade, my daughter did not sleep in the dorm last night. The fact you're late, does that have anything to do with that?
Mary Lynn was with me at the shack last night. But I want to promise you, Mr. Dennison, nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. See, I was feeling pretty bad about the party, so I decided I would just go out there and just to think things out. Well, it turns out Mary Lynn was thinking the same thing. But her showing up there was completely coincidental. See, she and I have this sixth sense about things, and I don't know, she knows what I'm thinking, and sometimes I know what's on her mind. It's really weird. Yeah, well, then we found this kitten, and...
Kitten?
Oh, yes, sir. We found a kitten, and we started taking care of it. And this is going to sound kind of funny, but it got me to dreaming about going back to school and becoming a veterinarian. And, well, then Mary Lynn started talking about her dreams, and before we knew it, we just decided we were going to spend the night together.
That it?
Yes, sir, that's it. I take full responsibility. And if you've got to fire me, that settles it. I'm just going to go find the stage manager and tell him I'm out. If you could have him send me my final check. Really sorry, Mr. Dennison.
I prefer the test pattern myself.
Leave me alone.
Frank, what do I have to do to convince you? I may be the only friend you've got in here.
Friends like you.
All right, Frank, I'm no angel. I just hate to see you take it on the chin for no reason. And my sources tell me that your time is almost up.
You and your sources. If you ask me, you're no better than those suckers you work for.
Hey, who said I work for anybody? I'm just a lowly inmate like you.
Yeah, all right. Listen, peon. Why don't you go tell those loan sharks who you don't work for that all I have to do is make one phone call and they can have their money anytime.
It's always something with you, isn't it, Frank? First you don't have the money, then you do. Now you got to make a phone call. All this stalling could be fatal. Just as fatal as it was for Sandra.
You are one of them, aren't you?
Hey, Frank, take it
You come
easy.
on like a pal, but you're just as bad as they are. You know who killed Sandy, don't you?
Yeah, sure, it was some ghost named Maria Roberts. Now let me go.
You want me to let you go? Fine. You tell me who killed my wife.
Man, you're foaming at the mouth. Take an aspirin and call me in the morning.
Hey, you think I'm gonna let you get away this easy? You think killing my wife and threatening me is not enough?
Now you better put that down, Frank.
What's the matter, Jamie? Scared?
Great.
You've got good reason. Because you're gonna die. Because you made Sandy die.
She came up with all sorts of reasons, but the truth is she's running away.
Honey, now come on. This is a golden opportunity for your ma to start all over again. Listen, I know how she feels. Kind of been there myself. You know, after my ma died, and after I lost Al, the thought of taking off for new territory, that sounded real good to me.
I know, I mean, it's natural, but you didn't do it.
No, I didn't, honey. Because I had you. But your mom doesn't have a husband right now or a lover right here in town. So the idea of going off and finding a new country to taste the wine in, that sounds real good. And I think, personally, that she should go for it.
Well, it's easy for you to say she's not your mother.
I mean, I know you love her, and I know you're going to miss her. But you're still going to have family here.
Yeah, my grandmother.
Yeah, I suppose Elizabeth will be here, too. But there's somebody else I was talking about. I am not going anywhere. You're stuck with me. And what you've got to learn to realize is that we are going to be family for each other from now on. Right?
Excuse me.
Hi, Patrick. We were,
Yeah, I saw. Guess the sight of you two here in the parlor is going to be a regular feature from now on, right?
You got a problem with that, Patrick?
Cord.
No. It's a fair question, Kate. Ford, I think it's time that you and I buried the hatchet. What do you say? Still don't trust me, huh? Well, I can't say as I blame you. I haven't exactly hidden my feelings for Kate.
Can you not talk about me as if I'm not in the room?
I'm sorry, Katie. This isn't very easy for me. But I've managed to come to terms with the past. That means that I want to get on with my life. And it means that I want to wish both of you all the happiness that you deserve.
Patrick, you don't know how long I've been hoping that you would feel that way. I mean, every time we're together, the three of us, there's so much tension, but it's not going to be that way anymore, right, Cord?
Yeah, it sure seems that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so, shake. Yay.
You'll forgive me if I don't buy into this totally until I see some actions backing up the words, right?
Well, you're just going to have to give me a chance to prove it.
Well, I think there are going to be plenty of chances. I'm going to be quite a threesome.
I'd like that. Court, by the way, I heard about the fire at Statesville. I hope Tina's all right.
Well, physically, yeah, she is.
Good. Well, I'll let you two be alone. Elizabeth and I have a lot of work ahead of us. Excuse me.
Patrick, thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Honey, he was trying so hard. Couldn't you have met him halfway?
Well, thing is, honey, when I climb out on a limb to meet somebody halfway, I like to make sure that they don't have a pair of scissors or saw with them first.
Okay, be skeptical, but I think he meant every word he said. Is it too much to ask that you give him the benefit of the doubt?
Honey, I shook his hand. What more do you want from me? Listen, fine. I will give him the benefit of the doubt. I just hope that it doesn't come back to haunt us.
Oh, what's the matter, Jimmy? Did that hurt? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll take it easier next time. You kill me and they'll fry you. So what? They've already taken my Sandra, and they can have what's left. I don't care. Now just take it easy, Frank. You said you could make one phone call and get the money, so why risk a murder rap now? This isn't murder. This is justice. Hey, I didn't kill Sandy. Yeah, maybe you didn't knock the sheet and hang her, but you were in on it. And since I can't kill your boss, I'm gonna have to settle for you. Grab him! All right, Buzz, that's enough. Damn it, Buzz, I should that thing up. I was trying to kill you, Jamie. Yeah, well, guess what, you idiot? You killed him.
May I speak with Nurse Watson in private, please?
Certainly, Dr. Warlock.
Thank you.
When you're through, it would be my pleasure to give you a tour of the rest of the facilities.
Thank you very much. Are we having fun then, girl?
Oh, Larry.
What is it, Halloween is a few weeks away and this is a rehearsal?
Come on, I couldn't very well tell you what I was going to do because I knew you'd react this way.
How do you expect me to react, Vicky? You're impersonating a licensed psychiatric nurse. Who knows how many laws you've broken? To say nothing of the morality or the ethics involved.
What good are ethics and morals when my sister could very well go stark raving mad in this prison? What good are laws if somebody is able to kill her?
There are other ways to protect Tina.
Oh, Larry, come on. I've tried every conventional means. Listen to me. What if this Maria that she thinks is real, what if it is something or someone who is alive and real?
Maria Roberts is dead.
Of course she's dead. I know that. But I also know my sister. I know that she has fantasies, but I also know she has a very practical streak in her. What if someone is playing on her imagination, on her fantasies, on her weaknesses? Look, even if the delusions are just that, delusions, then I can be here to help her with her mental problems.
Vicky, there are other inmates here at Statesville. Tina isn't the only one. Suppose someone else comes down with suffers a breakdown or has a paranoid reaction or psychotic rage. What then?
Well, why do you have to think of the worst things that can happen?
Because they usually do.
Larry, come on, please. All I need is 1 day, 2 days, tops. I need to be here long enough to find out if her danger is real or imagined.
I'm sorry. I insist. You come home with me. Like, you may be able to compromise your ethics. I can't.
Oh, come on. The Larry Wallach that I know has never played it by the book when there was a life at stake. Damn it, Larry, my sister could die in this prison.
Don't do this to me, Vicky. It's not fair.
Well, I don't care. I'm going to call in every favor you have ever owed me, Larry, please. I'm here. I'm in uniform. I need 48 hours tops. Please. But it has to be our secret. I cannot let Clint know what I'm doing here.
Oh, it's just me. Oh, gee, thanks.
But that's what friends are for, right?
Vicky, you're using friendship to compromise me. That's the lowest blow of all.
Is that a yes? Oh, Larry, please. Please.
I must be out of my... All right. I will not blow your cover.
Oh, God bless you.
Thank you. Listen to me.
Thank you.
Listen, you stay away from Warden Perkins.
I will.
Because he could recognize you.
Okay.
And Jamie, my God, Jamie Sanders, you stay clear of him. If he sees through this disguise, there's no telling what he could do.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that's good.
Wade,
Yes, sir?
I didn't think you were a quitter.
No, sir, I've never quit anything in my life.
Then why'd you walk out that door?
I was just saving you the trouble of firing me. Aren't you going to fire me?
You didn't drag Mary Lynn to that shack, did you?
No, sir.
You didn't force her to stay there all night with you, did you?
No, of course not. I would never do something like that.
Now, you see, Wade, Mary Lynn is old enough to live her own life. She decides to do something with or without my permission. That's not your fault now, is it?
Yes, sir, she can be kind of stubborn sometimes.
Tell me about it. I tried to guide her and protect her. All I managed to do was drive her farther away.
She loves you very much, Mr. Dennison.
Wade, I know how much you mean to Mary Lynn. I know how much Mary Lynn means to you. If it hadn't been for you, Wade, when Mary Lynn was on that bridge contemplating taking her own life.
Oh, no, sir, I'm no hero.
Well, maybe not, but you are the kind of man who thinks of others before you think of yourself. I like that. That's rare these days.
I wish you'd tell Miss Halpern that. She still thinks I'm responsible for starting that whole mess at the party.
Well, my ex-wife has a tendency to judge people very quickly. I think particularly people from the other side of the tracks. You see, it reminds her of her own beginnings.
Well, I tried to tell her that my friends didn't mean to start any trouble. We were just having fun. It was
Yeah, I know
college
that.
guys. We were having fun. And
Sure, I know that, yeah.
You know that?
I interviewed some of the witnesses. They told me that it was Brent and his fraternity brothers who started the fight. You only got into it to help your friends, right?
That's exactly right. That's exactly what happened. I just didn't know anyone would believe me. That's all.
You've had a tough time, but Wade. But you've worked hard to try and make something of yourself. I respect that. I think you deserve a second chance, you know that?
Thank you, sir. And I promise you I will not disappoint you.
I'm sure you won't. Now tell me, Ray, making all the stagehands carry briefcases nowadays?
Oh, no, sir. This, I just use it for my papers, you know.
Oh, I see, yeah. Well, it's very smart. Nice image, Wade. Must be very important papers, huh?
Oh, they are. For my mother. They're legal papers. As a matter of fact, I'm expecting a call about them. Did anyone leave a message here for me?
Well, I have no idea, Wade, but if you're concerned about leaving this around, don't worry about it. Leave it here. It'll be safe.
That's very nice, sir.
Well, it's not nice, Wade. I've got a lot of work to do, and I'm sure by now, Ray's ready to tear your head off for being late. Okay?
Okay.
Go away. Go away. I won't eat anything.
Tina, honey, look at me.
Vicky. No. No, you must be another dream.
No, darling. Touch me. I'm very real. Come on. There.
Vicky, you are real.
Yes. Oh, Vicky. Oh, baby. That's it. You hold on. You hold on for dear life. Because I am not going to let anyone hurt you ever again.
Vicky, I've been so frightened and confused. Everybody says I'm crazy, but I'm not, am I?
Of course you're not crazy. But, honey, you're so thin.
Vicky, I've missed my family and my home so much.
Oh, baby, we miss you, too. But, you know, you have to eat something. You have to get your strength so that you can come back to us.
I can't eat anything here, and nobody understands.
I know. You're worried that it's poisoned.
And you believe me?
I think you have reason to worry, darling. That's why I'm here. But from now on, you must call me Nurse Watson, okay?
Did you sneak in here just to be near me?
I'm your sister, aren't I?
Vicky, you have to be careful, though. You could be in terrible trouble if somebody found out.
You let me worry about that, okay? You just remember, from now on, I am your nurse. I am your official bodyguard as well. No one is going to get to you, darling, not while I'm around.
Yeah, the only one you really have to worry about is Maria.
Tina.
No, I know you say she's dead, but she's not, and I'm not the only one who saw her.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, Jamie Sanders was in here just a minute ago, and he saw Maria, too. I mean, at first I didn't believe him, but he was so convincing, and he said that Maria is right out there. She's right out there in the hall, and she's waiting to take revenge on me.
Honey, are you sure that it was Maria that Jamie said he saw? I mean, maybe you thought he said Maria.
Yeah, he was just as positive as I was that I saw her.
Okay, all right. I don't want you to worry about Maria or Jamie Sanders or anything else now, okay?
Yeah, but what if Jamie's right?
Well, my first priority is to get you transferred out of here and into the prison infirmary because you'll be safe there. I'll be there to look after you.
And you keep Maria away from me?
Baby. Oh, my baby. My precious little sister. I will keep all the bad dreams and all the bad people away from you.
Jamie, what happened to you?
I think I look bad. You should see Frank Montaigne. Buzz just snapped his neck like he was a chicken.
Oh, God, is he dead?
Extremely. I told Buzz to dump the body somewhere out of sight. Hopefully the fool can get that right anyway.
Why did Buzz kill Frank?
He's got the brain of a cantaloupe, that's why. Frank sticks me with a knife, but I have the situation under control, and then Buzz rushes in like some ninja warrior and blows the whole deal.
Does anyone else know what happened?
Not yet. That's why you gotta patch me up and make sure that nobody knows I was anywhere near Frank when he bought it.
Hold it.
Ah. Damn, that Buzz. What an idiot. I could murder him. Maybe Frank was not bluffing this time. Maybe he was ready to pay up like he said.
Well, I'm sorry, but I have to stop the bleeding, or else you're not going to get a dime of that money, much less enjoy it. Sorry, no balloon or lollipop, little man. I've got to get you out of here before that nosy new nurse comes in.
Took the liberty of ordering coffee. Milk? No sugar.
You know me pretty well, don't you? And I know that you wouldn't have asked me to meet you here if it weren't important. Seems forever since we started a morning together, doesn't it? Of course, I preferred it when you were in my robe.
Herb, you're right. I did ask you here because I have something important to say.
Still something unresolved, isn't there?
Well, in a sense, yeah.
You know, I'm glad that you wanted to talk. I've been thinking this separation is a good thing. It's given us time to see what we really want.
Herb, I know what I want.
I mean, if we could listen more and argue less, maybe we could find a way to work out our differences and get back together. I mean, I'm willing to try if you are.
Amazing. I had a speech all prepared. I even practiced it last night. But good lawyer that you are, you've managed to render my summation immaterial.
Summation? That's what you say at the end of the trial.
That's sort of where we are, Herb. I came to say goodbye.
I don't care who sent her. Just keep her away from Tina. If Nurse Watson discovers that these ghosts and delusions aren't just in Tina's head, they'll yank her out of here before we've had a chance to shut her up permanently.
Don't you think I know that? I told her I'm in charge of Tina's case.
Well, did she back off?
Not an inch. For some reason, she seems to take a personal interest in this case.
I don't like it. You keep her away from Tina. Do you understand?
Nurse Dixon!
All right, stay put. I'll get rid of him. Sorry. One of the men in cell block 3 had a little accident. What can I do for you?
Well, you could start by telling me why Tina Roberts is in solitary when it's obvious that the woman needs very special attention.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, I certainly would. I've just come from seeing her. There are going to be some changes around here, Nurse Dixon. Starting right now. You better than anyone know what I've been through for the last few months.
Isn't it easier to deal with all that when you have someone to share it with?
Sometimes you just have to do it on your own. I don't remember when I've been alone. I've always been somebody's daughter or wife or mother. I just need to know that I can do something for myself to please me and not worry about the people around me. I need to do it on my own terms, for my own reasons.
And the way to do that is to leave town?
Yes, at the moment. There have been so many painful things in Landview. I've got to put some distance between me and those memories.
I see, yes.
I'm not saying it to hurt you or to cause you...
Well, I know.
In some ways, you've been wonderful for me.
I think you'll be working with my ex-wife in Mendora. That is the unkindest cut of all.
Life does have a funny way of doing twists and turns, doesn't it?
Yeah, this has to be the funniest.
Herb, I'm not going off the end of the earth. And no matter how far away I am, there will always be something to remind me of you.
Your bowling ball?
Yes. Keep it warm. I'm going to practice.
I thought you hated bowling.
Hated it? Herb, I will never forget the day you made me play hooky from that legal convention to teach me how to make a split the hard way.
You had a natural aptitude for lots of things.
I had a great teacher. So you see, no matter wherever I am, you'll always be there every time I make a strike.
You'll always be with me, too. I mean that, Judy. Always.
Statesville? Yes, hello. I'd like to speak to the warden, please. It's very important.
I'm sorry. Warden Perkins is dealing with an emergency. I'm his assistant. How can I help you?
Maybe you can. It has to do with a friend of mine, Frank Montaigne.
What about him?
Well, I was just expecting a call from him today, and I haven't heard from him so far, so I'm wondering if you could get a message to him?
You say you're a friend of his.
Yeah, that's right.
Does that mean you know of any next of kin?
Next of kin? Well, yeah, I knew about his wife, but she's dead. Why?
That emergency I mentioned? A body was found in the laundry room. It's been identified as Frank Montaigne. Hello? Are you still there? Could I have your name, please?
And if you doubt my authority, then you go to the telephone, you pick it up, and you call the warden.
You think you can just waltz right in here and give me orders? I am in charge of every patient in this prison.
Well, in that case, I suggest you be responsible for Tina Roberts' condition.
Tina Roberts is dangerous to herself as well as others. That's why she's in solitary.
Yeah, well, as of right now, she's being transferred here to the infirmary, and I am taking exclusive charge of her treatment. Is that understood?
No, that is not understood.
Well, I suggest you clear...
The warden wants you in the laundry room.
Not now, Reynolds.
They found a body. The warden wants you there when the cops arrive.
Well, in that case, I suggest you do as the warden suggests, Nurse Dixon. And don't you worry about Tina Roberts. I'll take very good care of her.
We'll talk about the Roberts case later. Right now, I have a patient behind that curtain with a wound to be dressed. If it's not too much of a come down for a hotshot psychiatric nurse, why don't you finish the job?
In Edmonton, CBC Television, Channel 5, Cable 4.
This is a rare...
750 grand. I don't believe it. That's the count. No wonder the loan sharks were after you, Frank. You should have paid him. Might just still be alive. Oh, man. What the hell am I going to do with 750 grand?
So you didn't read the National Intruder article? You didn't see that big picture on the cover of Wade starting that brawl at my party?
Never pay attention to that rag.
Okay, well then let me tell you about it. Elizabeth Sanders gave a personal interview to that rag and said that she called all her friends and told them not to accept an invitation for me because if I were hostess of that party, something unseemly is going to happen.
You knew Elizabeth was going to give you a fight.
Yeah, I did, but I thought it was going to be private. I didn't think she was going to take it out in public.
Don't sweat it. Forget about her, okay?
Oh, forget about it? My life and my daughter's life is at stake here. She's trying to ruin our reputation.
Maxwell, then.
Great.
Hi, Judge Carr. So glad you could get back to me so quick. Yes, sir. I was wondering if you'd come to a decision about the retrial for Tina Roberts. Why the hell not? What do you mean? There's a ton of proof that Herb Callison and Judith Sanders were in collusion. What are you, crazy? You afraid to go after the DA or something? Oh, yeah, well, let me tell you something, pal. You're up for re-election next year, right? Well, I'm gonna use everything I can to keep you from winning. Yeah, same to you, you lousy coward. Damn! That was the last chance I had of getting Tina out of Statesville. What the hell am I gonna do now?
Well, what a nice surprise. Welcome to Statesville. They said they were going to bring a new nurse in. I was afraid it might be some kind of horror. But look who shows up. Aren't you going to say hello? You do know who I am, don't you?
Just a second.
I got some tacos, some enchiladas, and of course the guacamole.
What the hell are you doing here?
I was worried about you. I thought maybe the cops picked you up the other night outside of Frankie's.
Did they see you there?
Suppose they did.
Did they or didn't they?
Well, no, of course they didn't see me there.
Damn it, Billy, why do you do that to me?
Will you take it easy?
Look, I got a few things on my mind, all right?
You know, Wade, I told you about it a million times. You're going to keep frowning and getting so intense like that. You're going to get wrinkles before you're 30. And I've got this cream at home. It's incredible stuff. You put it
Listen,
on
Billy,
your
I'm
every
really
night
busy
to
right
sleep.
now, okay? So see you around.
What about the food I brought?
Share it with Mike.
Mike is not too fond of tacos, and I am not too fond of Mike. Come on. Come on. What do you say? You and I pick up where we left off. We made some heat in our time.
Hey, I'm not interested, okay? I got a split, so why don't you come with me? Let's go. Come on. Come on.
Sure. No problem.
Come
on. Is this the briefcase you took from Frankie's the other night?
Yeah?
What's in it?
Some papers.
I know. What kind of papers?
None of your business. Have a nice breakfast.
No, you're lying to me. Look, I can always tell when you're lying. What are you trying to cover up? What are you hiding?
Nothing. When will you ever learn to quit while you're ahead?
Because you're lying to me. You're trying to get rid of me because you're hiding something.
Listen, I gotta go meet Mary Lynn. What I'm doing is meeting the only girl I want to have lunch with for lunch. Are you satisfied?
She'll never make you as happy as I can.
Goodbye, Billy.
You know, when are you going to wake up and realize that Mary Poppins is not your kind? I am.
See, come on, come on.
Gordon. Clint, how you doing? Good, come on in.
I'm looking for Vicky. Is she here?
No, she's not. I haven't seen her all day. Maybe she's over visiting Tina.
No, I called Statesville. She's not on the visitors list.
Huh. Come on in. You want a cup of coffee?
Yeah. You about finished here?
No, I should have finished up a couple hours ago. I guess my heart's just not into packing right now.
Oh, really? What's the problem?
Well, I'm thinking a lot about Tina. Clint, I knew that going to prison was going to be tough on her, but I never dreamed it would be anything like what I saw the other day. Vicky tried to explain to me what she was going through, but I don't know, maybe I just couldn't deal with it at the time. But I think now, maybe she was right. Maybe somebody is trying to kill Tina, and if that's the case, well, that really scares me.
I know it scares Vicky, too. It's about all she can think about.
Well, what I can't believe is that the officials over at Statesville, they're not doing anything about this, Clint. It's like they're totally ignorant of the situation that's happening right there in their own prison. Every time you talk to Warden Perkins, it's like, fine, don't worry about it. Tina's just off her rocker.
Court. I haven't said anything to Vicky because I don't want to start a ruckus. But, it is possible that Tina is putting on an act, to get out of prison. Now, I know how emotionally involved both you and Vicky are, and I don't mean to come off cold and insensitive, but what?
God, Clint, you're starting to sound like Warden Perkins here.
Cord, maybe, just maybe, I'm able to be a little more objective about this than you or Vicky. Tina has manipulated people all her life. She's manipulated situations. She even manipulated herself right into a guilty verdict because she couldn't be honest with you about the miscarriage over there in the jungle. Then she comes back here with a baby that she claims is your son, and it turns out that he's Gabrielle's and Max's. Now, she's capable of something like
Clint,
that.
just wait a minute. I am painfully aware of every detail of every scheme that Tina has ever pulled on me. Believe me. But I saw her yesterday. Clint, I'm telling you, the look in her eyes, in her face, that was for real, Clint. If you could see her yourself, you would see how frightened she is, how terrified.
She did a pretty good job of convincing you that the baby was your son, too, didn't she?
Clint, this is different. I know that once the psychiatrist gets in there to talk to her, to evaluate her, he will prove that she is not faking this time.
Why on earth would I know who you are?
The warden always gives every new staff member the rundown on the prisoners. And it's pretty obvious you're frightened of me.
Well, I'll tell you, the warden was very busy when I arrived this morning, so I don't really know very much about anyone here.
Then what are you afraid of? Haven't you ever been in a room with a killer before?
What happened to your arm?
It got cut in the machine shop.
Well, sit down. I'll have a look at it. Take the thing off.
Ah, take it easy.
For a killer, you're certainly a crybaby, aren't you?
It's a deep wound, lady. It hurts.
Well, hold still. I'll be through in a minute. Hold still.
You look familiar. Where have I seen you before?
Have you ever been in a psychiatric facility?
What, do I look like a mental case?
No, dearie. Those are the only places I've ever worked. Unless, of course, you've been to Landview Hospital.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I was there in the spring.
Well, then. That must be why I look so familiar to you.
I heard you asking Nurse Dixon about Tina Roberts. How come you're so interested in her for?
Because psychiatric nursing is my specialty. And I understand she's the person around here who needs the most attention.
Well, you got that right. But you're wasting your time. That Looney Tune's a lost cause. Ah! You're gonna cut off my circulation.
Terribly sorry. Terribly sorry. Is that better now?
Yeah.
Why would you think that Roberts is a lost cause, eh?
She's always been a ditz, but now she's on her way to Never Never Land.
I see. So you knew her before you were convicted, is that it?
Oh, yeah. We go way back.
Do you now? You seem very pleased about her situation.
You analyzing me?
No. I was wondering why you had so little sympathy for an old friend.
I never said she was a friend. Listen, she deserves everything that's happened to her and more. That's too tight.
Oh, I'll loosen it up a bit for you, shall I then? Better? So, have you seen Miss Roberts since she was brought in?
Yeah, I've seen her a couple of times in the hall. She's not looking so good. She used to be a real knockout in a trashy kind of way.
Well, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great. But I think Nurse Nightingale got her bedside manner in a house of torture. I need a pain pill.
If you want to know what pain is, you should see what happened to Frank Montana.
Is that the body that they found then?
That's right.
Oh, what happened to him?
Another prison fight.
First his wife, Sandra, and now poor Frankie.
Oh, what happened to Sandra?
She hanged herself.
She hanged herself? Oh, I know who she is. She's the one that Tina Roberts says was a friend and was killed by this Maria, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You better go to lunch.
Lunch? Oh, it's very early for lunch.
Watson, if you don't go now, you won't get a lunch hour.
I'll go to lunch. Wouldn't you like me to call the guard, have him escort this inmate back to the cell block?
No, I'll do it.
Oh, suit yourself.
Forget it, Sanders. She's not your type either.
I know her from somewhere, and it's not Landview Hospital. I just can't think of where.
Is this seat taken, miss?
Yes.
Mary Lynn, would you give me a break?
I'm busy.
I called you 11 times since the party. I mean, the least you can do is hear me out.
I really don't care to hear anything you have to say.
You think I'm responsible for ruining the party?
You are.
I was defending your honor. It's true. Those towny twerps were mocking you, and we just wanted to put a stop to their insults.
They were just having fun. They didn't mean anything by it.
I don't like anyone having fun at your expense. And I'm sorry if it got out of hand.
Just drop it, okay?
Okay. Okay, let's just forget about the party and start over.
Brad.
A makeup gift for you.
You don't have to give me a gift.
You've got to accept it. It's one of a kind. It can't be returned.
It's depending upon Judge Carr to come through to take a look at the evidence, to be fair, but no. All I've done is waste time and hope counting on him to come through.
Well, Max, I'm sure Tina's lawyers will find another avenue to explore.
It's going to take forever. She's right on the edge of losing it. We can't wait any longer on this.
Yeah, well, you know what they say. If you can't do the time, then don't do the crime.
Tina is innocent, damn it. She didn't kill Maria. She was trying to take the poison away from Maria so Maria would not murder Vicky with it. And now she's stuck in that place with those people trying to kill her.
Okay, great. You know, I have heard this story a million times. I feel very sorry for Tina, but I have a problem here, too, you know, and I came to help for you. All I hear is Tina this, Tina
Whoa,
that.
wait, listen to yourself. What is the matter with you? Here, Tina is fighting for her sanity and for her life, and you're worried about your social position? Most of those high society clowns you're talking about aren't worth the time of the day, and why are you knocking yourself out trying to impress them?
Well, what about my daughter and her future, Max?
Mary Lynn is a sweet, bright, and down-to-earth girl. She's got everything in the world going for her. Now, let's just hope her mother doesn't blow it by forgetting what's really important in this life and trying to be something she's not.
I thought you said I was good enough to be a Sanders.
You are too good to be a Sanders. That's the point. Enjoy your dough. Keep all your old friends. And would you just count your blessings? You got your daughter back. You've got your freedom.
Okay, but don't I have a right to anything more here?
Lee, you're going to have to forgive me if I'm not being too sympathetic here. Tina is rotting in Statesville, and she is going to die there unless I do something. That is the bottom line here.
Great. Why don't you just blow a hole through the prison wall and drag her out?
love.
Tina?
Jamie, why did you bring Maria in here?
It's okay. Relax, Tina. I've caught Maria for you.
You did that for me?
That's right. So she won't be wandering around poisoning food trays, stringing up the inmates and shooting them full of heroin anymore. Her reign of terror is over.
Oh, Jamie, thank you. I'm so sorry I didn't trust you.
I went to a lot of trouble to do this for you, Tina.
Oh, I know you did, and I'm so grateful. Oh, I mean, thank goodness. Now I can eat again, and I can sleep without all those just terrible nightmares.
Well, I don't know how much rest you'll get.
Well, a lot. I mean, once the warden sees her and locks her up, well, then I can sleep for at least a week.
Oh, but Tina, the warden doesn't assign cells anymore. I do. And I've assigned her to this one, with you. I got a split now. But I'm sure you two have lots to talk about.
Jamie, you can't do this to me. Don't leave me.
So long, Tina. Have fun.
Jamie!
Don't be afraid, Tina. We're going to have a wonderful time together.
You get away from me, Hal?
Why, you should be grateful that you're not alone anymore. You have somebody to talk to, somebody to share your meals with, and somebody to help you pass the time. We could play a game. Do you want to? I know a game I think you'll really enjoy. It's called Poison Wrestling, Tina. You won the last round, but I intend to win this time, and then all of your troubles will be over.
Now, Jamie, come back, please! Help me! No!
Oh, nobody can help you now, Tina.
Somebody help me, please. Please help me.
Go. Oh, how do you want that one labeled? That's a box of my mom's stuff, Clint. Who's this? Oh, that is my great-great-grandmother, May.
Quite a looker.
Yeah, she is. May McGillis Vasquez. How's that for a name? My mom says that that picture was taken sometime around 1885. Yeah? Yeah. Her father was a farmer, and she married up with this guy by the name of Cody Vasquez. He was my great-great-grandfather. Yeah, he was a gunslinger.
Gunslinger?
Yeah. Yeah, see, the way the family story goes, old Cody, he was this wild, hot-tempered hombre, you know? And he had a pair of 6 guns, and at one time I was told that he was, like, one of the fastest draws in the West. Then he met up with old May there. They fell in love, and that was it. He hung up his 6 guns for good.
Yeah. Any man needs to pack 2 guns. Can't be much of a shot, can he? I can see how a woman like that would make a fellow on mend his ways.
Yeah. Well, I hear tell they were married for about 50 years. Now, that is some good marriage, huh?
Yep. How are you and your lady doing over at the Sanders Mansion?
Okay, we're doing real good. Well, I mean, things with me and Kate, they're fine. It's just, well, I mean, it'd be nice if we, well, had our own place, you know.
Kind of stiff and formal, huh?
You want to know what really bothers me? See, when I was a kid growing up back in El Paso, my mom would get a big platter of food. She'd put it right there in the middle of the table. If we wanted some, we would just help ourselves, right? Every meal over at the mansion, they get this little guy running around with a suit and a tie, and he's got a little platter, and he scoops something on your plate. Now, if I so much as look like I want maybe 2 scoops of potatoes, old Elizabeth is sitting across the table looking at me, just glaring away, you know, like I'm crazy because I want more potatoes. Nobody in that family has ever heard of second helpings. Clint, I'm telling you, I'm hungry all the time.
Why don't you ask for a doggy bag?
Oh, yeah, old Liz would love that.
Well, why don't you just ignore Elizabeth and her looking at you and do what you want to do? Might loosen the old gal up a little bit.
Gee. Hey, you know who I'd really like to loosen up with a slap upside the head? That fella Patrick London.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where's all the anger coming from?
Clint, it's been building up for a while. But come on, this man is always around the mansion, okay? And he says that he's just doing that because he's concerned about Elizabeth.
Maybe he's concerned about Elizabeth.
Maybe he's concerned about getting Kate back.
Oh, come on. I think you're over-exaggerating here.
Well, I don't, Clint. I don't trust the man. I'm telling you, he does not give up at all.
Cord, Kate loves you, not Patrick. She's living with you, not Patrick. And she's going to marry you, not Patrick. There's no way he's going to take her away from you. I'll just bet you that you and Kate end up like Cody and May and have one of those good 50-year weddings.
Friend, I can't.
It's yours, Mary Lynn. Come on, just try it on at least. See if it fits.
I don't want you spending all your money on me.
It wasn't that expensive. I mean, it's secondhand, and I got it for a great deal.